Hello, boys and girls. It's Mrs. Fitz here for your writing lesson. Today is Thursday, April 9th, and today's the day that we get to finish our All About book. So after today, your All About book should be ready for you to read it to some friends in your class and share it with your teacher. So remember to always take a look at that checklist to be certain that you have everything that you need. Today, we're going to talk about having a diagram and labels. So I want to remind you all that a diagram is a picture where the parts are labeled. So this is a picture of a brain, and the different parts of the brain are all labeled. There's arrows that point to each part, and then it tells you the name of the part. And then I have written with black Sharpie what each part does, the job of that part. For your assignment today, it is to find a diagram within your book. If you do not have a diagram, that's okay. Your job today is to add one. I'm going to look through my book and try to find a picture of a diagram. I see on my cover, I've got lots of labels, but those are just telling the reader what those are. They're not a picture with labels of the parts. So no diagram here. No diagram here. Those are labels. I do have labels, and you should have labels, but those aren't a diagram. More labels. No diagram yet. No diagram yet. Those are labels, but those aren't a diagram. Ugh. So I don't have a diagram, so I'm going to have to add a page to my book and add a diagram. Now, I don't have any space on my illustrations for a diagram, so I'm going to add another page to my book. You might decide that you want to write on the back of one of your pages, or you might decide that you want to add a fresh new page. That's up to you and your family. I decided to add a fresh new page, and I put at the top of it my diagram. I decided to include a diagram of the Screencastify page. So this is what the Screencastify page looks like every time that I have to do a recording. And I'm going to kind of teach you here and show you what I would do. So here's my diagram. And so far, it's just an illustration, right? Now I have to go and label each part. So if I was looking at the Screencastify on my computer, this is what I would see. It would say Screencastify Unlimited at the top. And this right here stands for the browser tab. So I would draw a line and then write browser tab. This picture right here in the middle stands for the desktop. This picture at the end stands for webcam only. This right here stands for microphone. And finally, this rectangle in the middle bottom of the screen stands for record. So by including this diagram in my story, I'm teaching my reader more about Screencastify. I would like for you to either find a diagram and pat yourself on the back because you already did it, or find a spot in your story where you can add a diagram. Remember, a diagram is a picture that has the parts labeled. So labels are different from diagrams. Labels just tell the reader what the whole picture is. A diagram would label the parts. So go see if you can find a spot in your story to add a diagram. And please make it your goal that you have at least one All About book finished to share next week. All right, next week we're going to be exploring small moment stories. We're going to go back to something that we did at the beginning of the year, except for now we're going to be able to write longer and better because our brains have stretched all year long. All right, have a good day.